Hey, what's up guys? Pat Burke at MBS CrossFit. I'm gonna talk right now about the pull-up. I'm gonna do two videos, and the first video I'm gonna talk about how to do a max effort pull-up. So I'm using the word max effort, and this is kind of angled towards people that have not done their pull-up yet, but could be close, or for people that have done one, but maybe it's been some time, or it's inconsistent, okay? So the first thing is we wanna think of it as max effort, like pull one time, getting that big one. No different than you would do a max effort deadlift. We're really trying to squeeze out that last 5-10 pounds on your deadlift. If you had 300, you want 305, 310, okay? So we're just really squeezing out that last little bit. So point number one I wanna make, or category number one, is grip. So a lot of times people jump up and just grab the bar anywhere, anyhow. And I think that there's a missed opportunity there. So when we grab the bar, we want to grab it like we mean it, okay? I always think back to college days, Marine Corps days, when I was arm wrestling people. And when you arm wrestle somebody, you really dig that grip in. You really get the best grip that you can with a little bit of leverage by breaking your wrists over. Just really deep grip, and that way you win. Because if you just slapped hands and said go, you're gonna have a weak grip and you're likely to lose. So the first thing, we're always gonna grab that bar like we mean it. Really grab up onto that bar, deep into the palm. Not so much that it's like weird, okay? But just a little bit of a break, and that's gonna shorten these levers and make all these muscles able to tense, contract tighter. So that's number one, really grabbing onto the bar. Number two, this overhand grip is our standard grip. But just like in a deadlift, if we're trying to squeeze out those last pounds, this switch grip is actually a little bit more advantageous because it's going to give us a stronger grip. So for somebody trying to do their first pull-up, what you want to do is take your strong arm and switch it around and grab onto the bar like this. And I think that's going to give us a better grip so that you don't slip off the bar or feel like you're going to slip off the bar and you can pull harder. The last point on the grip here is that we're gonna grab at shoulder width. So just like a squat, I'm gonna be strongest with my feet right underneath my hips. As I progress out wider or in narrower, I'm gonna lose strength. I'm gonna lose pushing power. So same in the pull-up, I have the most pulling power with this chain all in alignment. So we wanna be somewhere in this range, not out here and not in here. So we have our grip, a really strong, deep grip. We have the switch, and then we have our hands at shoulder width, okay? So that's kind of the first thing, is our grip and how we set up on the bar. All right, so next piece is the setup or the start position of all this. Again, a lot of times people just jump up to the bar and then they just go. They don't really know like a starting position. Again, I'm just going to think back to like a deadlift and how you're really going to care about that start position. So I have a couple things set up here. There's two points. We're going to start with a slight bend in the elbow, okay? Now I recognize this might not be considered a true legit rep, but for somebody that's just starting out, this could help you out in getting that pull. So I'm going to set myself up where I'm standing at this box, and I have right here a slight bend in the elbow. And that's where I'm gonna start from. The second thing, kind of at a weird angle, is that I'm gonna lift my chest up and kind of arch my back. So as I'm here, I don't wanna be in this position here because that makes the pull longer. So I'm actually gonna lift my chest up. I don't quite wanna say arching your back because we don't want any excess energy into arching your back. But we do want to lift our chest up, and it's going to shorten the back muscles and allow them to produce more contractile strength. It'd be the same as you're stronger in a bicep curl from here to here versus here to there. So we're lifting our chest up, shortening our lats and our back muscles, and then we're going to pull from right there. So it's going to look like that, okay? Chest up. Can you scoot over? My board's in there. All right, so we've got our grip, we've got our setup position. The next piece is the pull, okay? So I've got breathe, hang, squeeze, pull. And so I'm gonna breathe, so I'm gonna get a big breath of air and just set the all the air into the belly and the chest. Then I'm gonna go to a hang, and what that's gonna do is put the tension on my big muscles. Then I'm gonna squeeze and strongly pull, okay? So it'll kind of look like this here. So if you notice, big breath of air, lifted my feet to a hang, loaded the muscles, and then strongly pulled. So breathe, hang, squeeze, then pull. And this is gonna take a little bit of practice. Recognize it's different than just being on the box and then immediately pulling from there. Even if you do get your breath, you want to go to a hang first, and there may be even a little bit of a down and up. So you kind of hang, drift down, and then go back up, which there might be some advantage in there to go on getting some stretch reflex out of the muscles. So that's number one. When you squeeze your stomach, you're gonna feel this. You got your back arched, your stomach is gonna be squeezing pretty dang hard. And you're just gonna squeeze that, you're gonna squeeze your gut, you're gonna keep your head up. That's gonna do a couple things. It's gonna lift the chin up, obviously. You're gonna get that chin over the bar, meeting the minimum standard of a pull-up faster. And then also it's gonna help out with keeping your back arched, okay? And then the other thing on the pull is do whatever it takes. So if you go to here and you're not getting it, use your knees. Thrust the knees up and then pull, okay? Do whatever it takes. Get that pull up. Make it happen. I have these set up here showing kind of the slight elbow bend. If you feel that you're too deep at this one, you can definitely come up to a little bit more of a box. I'm probably just off 90 degrees here. That's kind of where you want to be, but you can lift the box up to give yourself some more height. My last point is just practice, okay? We want to practice a lot. Somebody once said that doing a 1 rep max is a lot like shaking a hand. So a 1 rep max versus doing a 10 rep max or 10 reps of something is just always going to be different. A 1 versus a 5 versus 10 versus doing a lot of reps. So you need to practice. There's a lot of timing in the breathe, hang, squeeze, pull, and then just maybe the knee thrust and stuff. So when you do these efforts, if you go, don't hang for more than 5 seconds. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, even that would be long. Somewhere like 3 to 5 seconds would be the max. Just because if you don't get it in 3 or 5 seconds, you're not gonna get it. So get your attempt. If you feel that you hit a block, then just stop and leave yourself some room, some energy to do more attempts. You may sit here taking these attempts for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. In fact, that might be a good suggestion, is just set yourself a clock, a little stopwatch, and for 10 minutes, just practice. Practice these different heights. Try and prove me wrong. Try some different widths of your grip. If you don't feel comfortable with your dominant hand being reversed, switch it around and try your weak hand being reversed. Try different angles of being arched. Maybe try lifting your knees up. I don't know what's going to work for you, but somewhere in there, I guess the big point of all of this is we want to practice that max effort attempt. Too many times I see people going for their max attempt and it's just, and that's it. And then they're wondering why they don't get the pull up. Well, we need to practice more, okay? So that's video number 1, and then I'm gonna have a second video for you guys talking about how we actually get strong. Also, if you do an attempt, if you do a video attempt, and you want some coaching feedback on it, tag MBS CrossFit, tag pull up or die, and then yeah, take those videos. You can get some coaching feedback, and if you actually do one, I want to see that too. All right, thanks.